Solution-Based Podcast.
You are here with AJ.
And Diesel.
And we're going to talk about colorism today. So, strap up the seatbelts.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go with it.
And we are going to focus on solutions after we go over the problem.
Yes.
Okay. So, as as I was prepping for this, we took a couple weeks off in between because life be life. And so, as I did my studies and was going through that, and even talking to random people, talking to friends, I found out that it wasn't a massive effect on men, or men didn't hold it. Now, we do hold some type of pain, but it affects women more often than not on a day-to-day basis. And it was some people, I've heard horror stories about fights, stuff like that, going over that. But what are some colorism issues that you've dealt with before?
So, as a woman, it's definitely been directed towards me. And what's interesting is, even though I don't think it affects men like negatively as far as, each other, but they will direct it towards women, because I heard a lot of the time like, oh, you're cute for a dark-skinned girl and stuff like that. And of course, as kids, 90s life was wild. Like, we did not give no fuck. So the African booty scratcher things and that whole little thing, it's like, oh, okay, you black as hell. But again, I went to a elementary school where now, I think all the teachers were white or white identifying in some fashion. But the lightest skinned dude we had was about your complexion, and we called him white boy. And that was it. Like
that was a form of colorism right there.
It is.
Yeah, so no, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Having that transition of going from the hood to suburban schools. Culture shock. Did you really have that colorism effect, or everybody just kind of stuck with everybody, or did you have the Heather, and Heather, or the Ashleys,
there was colorism within our groups. Like, generally we stuck together, but in these little micro groups and cliques and everything, it was colorism in there for sure.
So, was any thing that was harmful or hurt or fights came from that you experienced?
Oh yeah, not me personally, but that I witnessed. Yes, for sure.
And can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So it's the light skinned girl. Yada, I'm gonna beat her ass. Blah blah blah. She said this about me. She called me ugly, dark skinned. Like, we had a light skinned Candace and a dark skinned Candace, and it was things like that. And a lot of the girls, I'm trying not to say nobody's names. The Candaces were just an example of how we identified them, though. But as far as fights and what they got into, it'd be like, oh, you light skinned, is you think you cute, but you just light skinned. That's the cute part about you, and the reason why people like you so much. As opposed to me, I'm speaking in somebody else's voice. From their perspective, but as opposed to me, I'm dark skinned and I'm really pretty, but they don't like me because I'm dark skinned. So then that will cause fights and tension between people.
She's dark skinned. She has no right being that fucking fight. Fight her. I just want to say this: if you was fucking poking out with stripes, you'd still be fine, motherfucker. So it doesn't matter about your damn shade. And that's coming from somebody that's poking at it. But anyway, I think my first thing in colorism that I've experienced, so my real name is Daryl, nickname is Diesel. There was a boy down the street, his name was Daryl, and he was dark skinned. I was light skinned, but they called me white Daryl, called him black Daryl, and that just it didn't hit me. I'm like 4, 5, and 6 around that, and we hung out tough every day. We rocking. Until I got older, I think I was probably about 10. They moved out the neighborhood, and my dad ran back into their parents and was like, oh shit, you should come out and hang out for the weekend. So he surprised me, oh shit, I ain't seen you in 4 years. Yeah. And we hanging out, and it's like white girl, black girl. And at this time, I'm starting to realize I'm the palest person in my family. Besides, well, my daddy was darker than me because that nigga stayed in the sun. But, and he my friend's like, yo, daddy blacker than you, bro. I'm like, but he a white guy. He look like Super Mario. But however, it hit me. I'm like, damn, I'm pale. I'm white, and I noticed feeling like white was being weak. Like I was like, damn, white's weak, and I wasn't correlating it with my pops. I was correlating that with, I guess, my suburban family because them niggas was soft, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But feeling like I had to do, like I couldn't do shit that was quote unquote white. Or I will lose my toughness, my this, my that, at a very young age. So, like, oh shit, you skateboard, nigga try to be telling you how white, but no, fuck this skateboard. Just any activity that was just that. But when I got older, I'm like, why the fuck I let that shit affect me? Yeah. And when I got into the nerd community and shit, and I was being produced for a con, and just like, fuck it, I'm gonna start writing comic books and stuff. And going to conventions, and I'm seeing these weird ass black kids. And I'm not saying weird to be, derogatory, but the alternative kids. Yeah. I'm like, damn, I wish I was. They got so much like fucking Sam J. She's a comedian. She was like, we need these weird black kids. We need the motherfucker dressed like Batman, wearing skirts and shit, kissing white women in the mouth, just being fucking weird. And I'm like, damn, like, these kids can do whatever, whenever, what they want, listen to what they want a lot more because I think the parents are not, they want more for them. Yes. They want them to do something. Now, you do have the ratchet ghetto people and shit and these sub pockets and shit because they still exist. I was down riding on 7 Mile, got some cheap ass gas because someone was always over there, my old hood, and motherfuckers fighting over who gonna pump their gas first. But anyway, I digress on that situation. I put myself in a pocket because the shade of my skin was, in my mind, a point of weakness. So that's why I lift weights. That's why I learned several different martial arts disciplines. That's why I was constantly, fighting or whatever. The mother was like, oh, you light skin freckles, pick on him. No, I'm beating your ass. Mm-hmm. And it was like that for a long time. I'm like, man, the fuck? Yeah. It was weird, but I would try to date light skin women because it was like, light skin girls are pretty. Light skin girls are pretty. Mm-hmm. And it's being programmed in my fucking head. Every time I went up to light skin, you're too yellow for me. You yellow. You too bright. We gonna have a clear baby. I'm like, so yeah, I end up getting a light skin baby. Mom, I should have never did that. You got that contrast, but yeah, it's like, evilness. Anyway, but yeah, I seen that happen, and talking to you, and we talked about colorism before we even was going to do this episode, and I just thinking, and when I was reading up on more of it and listening to people, I'm like, I was a fucking asshole. Because now I'm deeply looking at it like, oh damn, is she pretty? Is she pretty just to be pretty? Mm-hmm. Or, or my mind is programmed to be like, oh, she's pretty because of this skin tone. Mm-hmm. I've been seeing some busted bitches on both sides, so mm-hmm. But here's the thing: the ugliest black person is the finest white person. I mean, to compare our ugly people in the black race or African American race or island culture, our ugly people still look better than any other thing because it's something about us because we are a standard of beauty. We're like, oh, the European standard of beauty, long straight hair, this and this and that. No. Look at it. Look on TV, look in magazines. It's lips, it's nose, it's the shade of our skin, it's the texture of our hair, it's all of that, the dance move. That is beauty in its own. And that's something, the essence has to be accepted on a person. And then you start feeling energy. But there's still people out here like, oh, I don't date light skin, I don't date dark skin, and that. Teach us out. But yeah, I digress, but you can go on. What's your next? You
have sparked so many things within me I want to say. Go ahead. Okay, so as you were discussing your childhood, and like you said, we did discuss this, and I was like, okay, colorism, that's the thing. But I'm realizing like I had more experiences that I kind of set to the wayside. Like my mother is light skinned. She's very light skinned. Mm-hmm. So people would see me and be like, "Are you adopted? Your daddy must be black as fuck." Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I went up there and asked my mom, like, "Am I adopted?"
Damn.
And yeah, and it was real, like, because I had an identity crisis, and I was just listening to the input from everybody else, and they're like, "She can't have you. You too dark." Like, and I'm like, you know, I'm all of like 8'9", so I'm like, genetics. I don't know how this shit works. Am I adopted? Because this doesn't fit. But then I'm looking at my dad, and I'm like, okay, I look like you. Like, what's up? But that was an interesting experience. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. My oldest brother, he's the darkest out of all of us. Mm-hmm. Right? He came out. He was probably brown paper bag dark, and then my grandmother didn't like him being so pale to her complexion. Mm-hmm. So while she's out there doing old school laundry, running this stuff up, she slapped his ass and mm-hmm. and butter and whatever shea butter, cocoa butter, whatever it may have been, but flipping his ass so he gets some color on him. This is my oldest brother, and that's my daddy telling this story, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm listening to him like, man, that's some bullshit. And later, like, cause he's my oldest brother, your complexion, and this can't be my brother. And then the stories start coming out. Like my grandmother made my daddy get a blood test. He got a blood test. She didn't believe it, so she went and got a blood test on him.
Wow.
And even the first blood test was actually at the hospital. Then my dad got one. Then my grandma got one. So it's 3 blood tests on him. This is my daddy baby.
Yeah.
This man, my oldest brother, he's about 6 feet tall, dark skin as fuck. The only thing that matches my brother is the eyes and nose, and he perms his hair, not relaxes, perms his hair so he gets a curl so he can get waves. Mm. So that was years ago. I don't know what the fuck he's doing now, but yeah, he got a texture of hair that he didn't like growing up. Mm. This too white. Right? So that's some shit he went through because he couldn't do what everybody else was doing.
Yeah.
But then all the other shades is like brown paper bag babies, and then I got a yellow sister, and then my ass damn near white. People say I look like a creative character, like I should have been dark skinned. What the fuck that mean?
Oh, okay.
It's like your features look dark skinned. I'm like, do they?
My features are black. Like we could be whatever. Like my features are my features.
I guess there's a person trying to like me for being light skinned.
Save it, please don't. Like that's what I would tell them. Like, please don't, because I don't need you to try to like me. Just like me.
But my brother being the darkest and everybody having some type of color, and I was being the pale. So it's like, damn, I gotta be the outsider. I call myself the white sheep of the family. But anyway, us going through the neighborhood, you would never knew who was brothers and sisters until you put us next to each other. Like, oh shit,
like y'all
is kinfolk. So there's a lot of assholes coming out of nowhere from other people. It's like, what the fuck is you doing? It's my brother. No, oh shit. So,
you fuck with the right one.
And the fucked up part about it, I got the nappiest shit out of everybody. I had to train my shit to go to porn. I got my sister, brown skin, she got long, flowy, silky hair. Everybody got this little curly shit, and I'm just like,
breaking teeth on the comb and shit.
I ain't learned how to properly fucking detangle or comb my hair until I was like 22. And I seen like, you don't do black people hair for that root. You edge it out. I'm like, oh, I've been fucking these babies up. I've been fucking my baby since I was 18. So at 20, I was like, okay, back. The end. And she's like, oh, you doing this nice. And I went and started teaching other people how to comb hair.
I love it.
But another thing was inside my family structure, right? That was the only colorism. Not colorism. That was blatant. Like that nigga baby ain't yours. Mm-hmm. That and then grandma, she ended up having a fucking baby from every race that Detroit can produce. Oh my God, she got a half Japanese baby, half Japanese, half black, half Polish, half this, half. She was like, damn, I got to be United Nations. I can't fucking be racist.
You know what?
She was like, Heinz 57 in this bitch.
Not Granny. I'm not about to play with you.
It was fucking hilarious. Like, you know, I'd be like, oh yeah, the racist bitch. But she came from Virginia. And she white and all that shit. And they came here to Detroit. And at this time, if you wasn't black, you was white. It was like, oh shit, Hungarian was white, Turkish was white, Albanian was white, and then she ain't no white is white. And then she realized, oh damn, this is sand nigga. But anyway, let's go double back to the colorism. In my household, I don't think I've experienced colorism.
That's amazing.
Like, I don't think we did that in the house. It was more so. I haven't been for real. I don't think I've experienced it in the house. Maybe we've experienced out the being the mixed kids, but not us. Oh, light, dark, this, that. Remember that shit at all.
That's what's up.
And I'm like, damn, for real? So that's why this was a hard topic to me. Like, I can talk about, like, oh, the women I date or the friends and that. But other than that, I've seen women get into fights. Oh, you light skin, you think you fucking pretty, did that, and they cut her across the face.
Yeah.
My daughters don't even do that shit.
That's beautiful.
So, like, I got a brown paper bag, baby, and I got a fucking yellow foot, yellow cream bag. So it's because my light skin baby got the hair, the nappy shit. Yeah. And my brown baby, she's just like, I can whack curls, brush this, that. She can do whatever to her shit. So it's like, she got a medium texture, so bam. That's the only thing. It's like, damn, my hair ain't like hers. So they got a little hair issue, but other than that, I don't think it's a light skin, dark skin thing, because it's like, if it was, they would have had, my light skin baby would have the straight hair, and he would have had that problem. It's a mix up for them, so it's like, oh yeah, sweet. I don't know. I don't think they gonna do it. I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm gonna have to ask them. Did y'all go this light skin shit? Matter of fact, I'll take that back. I take that back because
now redacted the statement.
Let me retract it. I'm light skinned, baby mama light skinned. Our firstborn is light skinned. Our secondborn is brown paper bag, right? Her oldest sisters tell her that she was you adopted. You don't match us. So it does happen. I do take that back. And I think that's her jab at her, but I'm like, don't worry, you're my favorite. Do you ever see me? You ever see me eat vanilla ice cream? I don't like yellow people. That's why I left your mama. But yeah, her nickname for a long time was Brownie until she started acting weird as fuck. My youngest, like Brownie. And it was, oh, that's racist. No, motherfucker. Y'all call her cupcake. This my brownie baby. This little brownie baby. Yeah. I didn't think of it that. Like, my grandma called me zebra baby. Yeah, you twitched. You was triggered. It's coming from a southern white woman. My zebra baby. But here's the thing. Like, it's not like we went to have to go see her or not. She pulling up in the red zone. In a minivan. Toughest old white bitch in the world. And just like, she didn't give a fuck where she was. I'm going to see my grandbabies.
Okay.
And I've got it from uncles and aunts that we were, I don't mean that, well, this could be a vast racial type episode, but yeah. I got it from aunts and uncles. Oh, my black cousins or my black nephews and nieces. I think zebra baby came later in years. Like, I love my zebra babies. So it's like, she never pointed out that we were black.
It's embraced.
Until I think we got into our teenage years. Okay. It was like, nah, you a nigga, bro. You can't do these certain days you can't do. And it's like, all right, I get it, I understand. Like, my daddy used to try to protect me all the whole fucking time. Like, I'll be talking mixed, he just come up, look at me, you black. And I had resented that shit for a minute. Like, damn, what the fuck is, like, why you doing that? And you know how kids start to get that little vibe with their parents. And I didn't understand that until I got pulled over by the police and they beat the shit out of me with a baton. And they was light skinned black male resistant, mixed, biracial. Those terms on that, like they when they arrested Tiger Woods, that shit said black male.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brown skinned black male. That's the fucking said on his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not no. What he was trying to call himself?
Oh man.
He was trying to call it.
Oh,
some.
shit. It was some whole mixture mashup.
Was he like
shit.
black and Cambodian or some shit? Like
something like that.
Blackonian or some shit. And he was like, yeah, I'm dead until your ass got locked up.
In the words of Jay-Z, still nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Light skinned nigga, dark skinned nigga, still a nigga. But that's the gist of it.
I will say, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, the only problem that mixed people have in the black community is black people not accepting us. To be like, no, you mixed, you light skinned. Them niggas over there said I was a nigga.
Okay.
Like, I'm over here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like black people try to hold the standard of who's black and who's not, and I get it. Now, if a mixed person married a white woman and then they had a kid and that kid married a white person, yeah, that grandbaby can't say nigga. Yeah, we gonna have to jump it. If I married a white woman or had a baby with a white woman, I'm not gonna allow him to say nigga. Like you like 75% white. Like, if you say nigga and people start jumping you, my bad. Like I'm gonna have to help. We stumping you the fuck out. We told you not to say.
You know what? What I will say. So as far as the colorism in my experience too, all of this is flooding back to me now. And one, I saw how my mother was treated versus how I was treated in public, and how people would do a double take, like, something ain't adding up. And it's like, okay, now I'm realizing that I look like my mother in the face. But
Mama single. Hey, I ain't gonna.
Listen, don't play with me. You about to have a whole fight going on. Fight scene in the middle of the show. But
welcome back to DNA Podcast.
But I'm embracing that. But it was a point where I was separating myself from my mother and our identities because I resented the fact that she got treated differently. I'll joke about it today, but at some point I was serious. Like, okay, if you were to do some stuff and get pulled over by the police, my mama could talk back to the police. Like,
you think that she likes she
like,
did?
I believe so, because if you see her, you would think she's a white lady. Like,
maybe because I'm a man and that's a woman's privilege. Because she was pale and a woman. And
that is a double privilege.
So it's like, damn, I can't beat this bitch up. She light skinned and she a woman. Or, I'm a dude, like light skinned. Look at his lips. Beat the fuck out of him.
Because she could go in and be like, do you know who I am? Like that type of ordeal. And then the way
how
she
fair is your mother?
Like, she's about a little lighter than you.
A little lighter than
yeah.
Oh, that shit is ridiculous.
So
your mom's Caucasian.
We do have white in our family, like for sure. So like she could say things, and then I'm like, but if I were to do that, they're like, ma'am, get out of the vehicle. Like it's immediate no, like an immediate no. And now, granted, I've had some experiences where I backtalked the police before, and I didn't get beat the fuck up, thankfully. However, that's the woman portion of it. That's probably the privilege. But, and the fact that I consider myself blessed and highly favored throughout my interactions in life. But I resented that for a while. And I'm like, they treat you different. But then when me and my mom went to Puerto Rico, she was like, they're treating me different. Because they didn't care about her being light-skinned. They like the brown-skinned goddess that they saw, apparently me, and like dudes would open the door for me and then just like let it go for my mama, and I'm like, what the fuck my mama go? Like, what the
white devil.
I'm like, damn, wait a minute, hold on, open that door up, shit. And she like, this man offered we were getting on a double-decker bus, and he was like, do you need help? I was like, oh no, I'm good. And he looked at my mom and was like, okay, like, and I'm like, damn, she was like, he didn't even offer me help. I'm like, that's fucked up. Like,
oh, she was like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to be black.
like, and it's like, dang, but you know, and also her siblings are like, I think, yeah, all of her siblings are light skinned. But when you know they niggas, like,
I mean, it's a given, and but you know, like, so how old was your mom? I mean, this is not me hitting
not about
it.
to. You ain't about to get me in trouble. Shit. I'm sorry. My mama does not play that age game.
Did she go through the
I'm 32.
How many years older is she? 20?
I'm going to tell her age by doing it.
I'm just trying to figure out what era did she grow in, who was popping, who was not.
She was raised mostly in the 70s.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. So she's born like 70. No, she's born like 62. 64.
Oh, my mama?
Older?
Mm-mm.
67. Nigga, your mom. Oh, y'all close in age. She's born 72.
Nope. But that's as close as y'all can't narrow it down no further than that. I'm telling you, I don't fear my mama except when I talk about her age.
I don't. So I know when light skinned dudes was popping. I don't know when dark skinned, light skinned was popping. Like when, like who had they? Was it?
Okay. So here's the meta experience, right, for women. I feel like it was mostly always light skinned women popping because that's more white. It's closer to white. And because of the beauty standards, because of the magazines and the media and all that stuff and what they push, the Eurocentric kind of look. I'm sorry, I'm hungover, so me trying to find words today. But I gotta put that out there.
You want to dog the bitch? You dog the bitch, you gotta bite back.
Hell no, I'm drinking this good old H2O. The fuck? I ain't a young buck no more.
Okay. So,
but
go ahead.
I will say, because of the Eurocentric push, like, it was everybody got to get their hair relaxed. Everybody, you know, it's just a light skin thing. And dark skinned women, they didn't get cast for roles like that unless it was like a slave role, a grandma role, something like that. But it wasn't like, that's why I prefer Pam over Gina. Like, because we had some representations over there. And Pam, she talked her shit, not like that. But
it didn't really matter about the light skin, dark skin. You had like a big forehead and a bell pepper nose. I loved you.
That's real.
But anyway, with I get that. And when I was doing a little studying that I was trying to do, get prep for the episode, a lot of the topics went back to males being cast in movies or who was the poppin' singer and stuff like that. So I'm listening to that, but ended up talking to a therapist friend of mine. He broke it down is that when light skin was in at one time, but then they saw dark skin as dark and dangerous. And matter of fact, I was DoorDash, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm in Little Caesars, and it's a tall, dark skinned, handsome dude, or whatever, and he's big, and he got pearly white teeth. And he can come off as intimidating, but he is singing like gospel hymns as he's waiting in line. And I'm like, and like I told you, like we've been putting this episode off for like a month now, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna do what I normally do, just talk to fucking strangers. Mm-hmm. Hey, I got a question for you. Why are you singing? And he was like, he looked at me like, it's a gospel song. I'm like, no, why are you singing? And he was like, truly is a defense mechanism. Because I see you behind me. You have a mean mug on your face. And that's a defense mechanism. And I was like, bitch, what? He was like, that's a defense mechanism because you know where you at. He's like, you possibly from the neighborhood. I am too. But for me not to seem like a threat, I have to do shit vocally for not to be seen as a threat. We had this deep ass conversation waiting for hot and readies. I don't get it, but I'm like, damn. It was like, so it's a defense mechanism, so I sing. And people tend to look at me like, oh, I like that song. And I'm like, oh shit, this is deep.
Yeah.
I've been told, like, I had friends tell me, like, nigga, stop talking to strangers. I'm like, bitch, you was a stranger.
We were all strangers at one point.
You was a stranger. How did we meet? Damn, we did have a random ass conversation. I'm like, all right, yeah. So, like, I'm still on the purpose of, like, meeting new people and meeting friends and shit like that. But, because, like, the growth and learning from people, because we got to create this path on how to get over trauma and colorism and abuse and all this, and we're not gonna get over it until we talk about it, create a structure, a design on how to get. We have to educate ourselves on all this shit that is happening to us, because a lot of the shit we get upset with because we don't understand why it's happening. When we understanding isn't justification, and justification isn't understanding.
They're not synonymous.
Like, you can justify murder. And I'm like, I had to sit down like, damn, you can justify murder. And I always go down like to domestic abuse with that situation. Man comes home, food ain't hot, beat on his wife, beating her ass for no reason. And one day she just, I'm sick of this shit, grabs a gun and blows this shit off, right? I've been abused this out and that. She tells her whole horrible story. She's been fucked with hangers, whatever it may be. And they're like, 45 days, 2 years in jail. When somebody died, somebody lost a family member, somebody's hurt. So what, he was beating your ass, you could have left. Whatever story you want to go by. But that's justified. Like, she just like, I'm about to blow shit up before you hit me because I think it's coming. And it's like, all right, it's justified. But understanding, that's understanding. Justification is murder. And that's where we have to start diagnosing these situations of what the fuck is right and what's wrong. Like, even my dumb ass even told you, like, don't take no offense to this, but you cute for a black girl. You can be polka dotted. I said that dumb shit, right? And that still can be taken as hurtful, but I said the shit anyway. And I had to, when studying this shit, I'm like, damn, man, I got choked up. Like, fuck, I feel like a horrible person. But yeah, I seen a lot of dark-skinned women in one room. It was little teenage girls. And all the light-skinned girls sitting there like, I ain't got that problem. Like, they looked like, fuck.
Yes.
I'm black, but I've been doing this shit to y'all. My bad. They was just cringy as the white girls in the room. And I'm like, damn. And these dark-skinned little ebony babies is just hurt. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't really find men that traumatized over it. It was always Morris Chestnut over fucking Rick Fox or some shit like that. Like, you don't give a fuck about that.
I will say, so a few things. One, dark skin has been tended to be synonymous with aggression when it comes to other races. And so just like doing a defense mechanism, I find myself, I have to do that too.
What do you do in public?
I smile a lot and I speak to people and I make sure I do eye contact. But eye contact can be taken as a sign of aggression, dominance. So, I have to stay hyper aware of where I'm at. I read the room a lot.
Do you feel more on defense when you're in the suburbs versus the city?
No.
No way.
I don't feel more in defense anywhere. It's everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yes.
Oh.
So there's no.
You don't let your guard down nowhere.
No, I don't. So my head is always on a swivel for various reasons. And that's. I was having a conversation the other day. This is a short digression. I'm gonna bring it back around. But I was having the conversation the other day, like, I'm happy to be black, and I'm not saying that I'm happy that we have these experiences of being discriminated against, but it does give me a sense of confidence because I know I'm always observant. I always know what's going on at all times. If I'm in the room, I'm watching. And that has worked to my benefit because I've gotten out of situations where I could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time and been a victim of something and I decided to read the room and leave. So, but I do that everywhere because I notice, especially like there are a lot of times where I may be the only black person there, and then the fact that I'm dark skinned, it'll be off putting for people. And then another black person will come in and they're light skinned, and they will gravitate towards the lighter version because, well, the lighter person, not version, but the lighter person because it makes them feel at ease. So I could either, even if I'm just like, hi, and then I keep to myself, they see that as a sign of aggression or me being like standoffish, and it's not even that. It's sometimes I'm just tired, sometimes I don't feel like talking, like, but I have to muster up some energy and some bandwidth to sometimes make other people like more comfortable, and I don't like that. But it's a habit now. Even when I go to I told myself I had to stop doing this, but I had a tendency to like smile at people and be like, hi, 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 and just high myself to damn near death. Like, I'm sick of it. And like, even when I don't feel like it though. And that's the thing. Or the apologies, like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Yada, yada, yada.
You still doing this shit?
I do it a lot less, but I do it more. I mean, I do it more. I still do it. I did it more back then for sure. And then the apologies, like, and that's just coming from the conditioning of women, and the women should be seen, not heard type thing, and you stand off to the side and all that stuff. But then being black on top of that, and it seems like, I've had my issues, and there are a lot of entitled white people in the world. That's just the way it is, and it seems like, in my experience, they want me to move over for them. And it's like, you see me, I'm a whole person though. So we not gonna do that. So I started standing up and playing chicken with people and standing my ground. And in that, it creates a more of an aggressive look on me. But also it could go left real quick.
I hear you. I tend to do that roles with Caucasian, Pinto, cross 8 milers, suburbanites. I do that. In the city, I'm not doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is seen as a threat. Women too.
Mm-hmm.
I will knock a bitch head off her shoulders. Just to double back to what the fuck I was saying earlier about the gas station. Like, pull up the gas station, pop my hood. Make sure I got oil in my shit, make sure everything, cause a little oil leak and shit. And I'm filling my tank up, and gas cheap over there, so doing all that shit with the gas pumping. It's a whole little episode going to with 2 women. The most ratchet ghetto shit. She with her son, and I'm like, damn, man, you act like a teenager. And I'm so disgusted. I'm loud as fuck, but they still focus on this bitch. I'm standing this close to her. Like, this is disgusting. You a grown ass woman doing this dumb ass shit. I can't believe this dude. And then she's still going back and forth. So I'm like, obviously knew that I may have had something on me. And I'm like, you know what? Hey, it's a fucking Toyota Corolla over here with a busted window. And I will call the cops quick as fuck. They got guns and shit. It's a tall brown skinned male. Because they about to try to jump on this little. Not little. The chick was hefty. She could probably slam that bitch and broke her. But I knew that you had some type of tool on you. Mm-hmm. But it was, I don't know what it is. He was like, yeah. But again, like, it's been fitting into what we've been saying. Yeah, brown paper bag, bitch. And I'm like, damn, she high yellow as fuck. I'm like, why are you so aggressive? But that's the city on its own. And then those small pockets. And then you do have those high, yes. I feel myself doing, I don't do that shit no more. Like, I work, I'm not going to say where I work at, but I work, you can say I work for Illuminati. And in the building where they occupy. And I remember, so I clean stuff or whatever. And I remember getting on my knees to clean something. And one of the people came up to me. They're a person that occupies a space, and they like, get the fuck up. dude look like Heavy D. Look like he can be my pops. Get the fuck up. You got a tool or something to do that. Don't dare do that shit here. You know how hard I work to be in this place? I'm like, you talk to everybody the fucking same. You do everything the same. You got a duty to do. Just do that.
Mm-hmm.
But don't look miserable doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I carry myself in a certain way to a point where I got fired from that bitch, and the union brought me back, and they hate me. But I carry myself with a je ne sais quoi and a proudness to me, and I don't want to focus on colorism, but that is an issue with young ladies. That's high school mentality.
Yeah.
If it's grown ass people 20 plus talking about I don't date, shut the fuck up.
Let me tell you. Well, yeah, you say 20 plus because I had a friend, and it was so much self-hate, and it broke my heart. Like, I tried. This was throughout middle and high school, and I tried to, show her how, because she's dark skinned, and she's like a shade darker than me, and so we would go out and everything. She's like, "Oh, I only date light skinned people because our babies will be too black. I don't want no black ass baby." Yada yada yada. And she like, "I only date dark skinned dudes, or I might go to white or Italian dudes, but that's about it." And yada yada. And I'm like, you don't hear the self hating that? Like, even then, I knew, like, and could easily identify, like, no, you really hate blackness. Like, why is it? And she'd be like, "No, I don't hate that, yada yada." But she would try to identify and do white things. She adopted like a Valley girl accent, and that's not how she usually talks. She did everything to kind of identify with the white crowd.
Have you ever met somebody that has that type of thing? Like they're a walking Barbie?
What do you mean? Like,
they're a walking Barbie.
They're
black as fuck, but they're a walking Barbie.
Oh yeah, of course. I was always.
I've met a Black Lives Matter walking Barbie nerd person. I adore her because when I first met her, matter of fact, I'm gonna say her name, Jonquil. This is all I love. I love you, Jonquil Baker. She dope cosplayer. She helped me. Was in the midst of helping me produce a convention, and when I first met her, I'm like, this shit gotta be fake. Like, her fucking boyfriend, like a damn, future husband look like a fucking Greek god. This is the whole made up situation. They look like Ken and they look like Marty, but the black Ken. But she's just so. She got that voice, that squeaky shit. Like, this shit fake as fuck. But we had a group of women prior that was helping with the cosplay department in the convention, but they was toxic as fuck. And can I drag some people? I don't know the fuck I'm dragging them. Their group is called CWB, Cosplaying While Black. So we reached out to them because it was a black convention. It's like, okay, this is like showing spotlight on black community. And I'm like, yeah, my friend, well, he wasn't my friend, he was my partner at the time, but then we became friends working together. Irvin, you met him when we went out. He ends up reaching out to him. He doesn't want, after we made him, he like, I don't want to fuck with him. I'm like, no, I seen cool as shit. But me digesting what I was seeing, it was like cosplaying while black this, black that. But all of these women that were in cosplay, CWB, all did not have a black man. And they talked shit about black men on a consistent basis. Dragged them. But black people need to do this, and I should be able to do all these other, these characters because they're characters, and you shouldn't choose fuck me over because I'm black doing a white character or a character of this type of skin tone or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but you got to encompass all of blackness when you doing something like this. And when I got a gist of what they was doing, they was toxic fuck about, we got to do this, we got to produce it. No, we just want to sit here and when it shows up, we got to do it. No, bitch, I'm working. So I'm like, you know what? I want to get rid of them. And my boy was like, no, let them fire themselves. So they eventually end up firing themselves. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm seeing this chick online, and she's popping a little bit. I want to reach out to her. And that was Jonquil. Reach out to her. She meets me, brings a dude, should. At the time, met wife. We all we made a friendship out of the situation. But again, like I said, she was squeaky. She was Valley girl. I'm like, this shit fake as fuck. This fake. And as soon as we put her on the team and they stepped away and they thought everything was gonna crumble and she started making shit pop. Because here's the thing. They were all ex-popular girls that lost it and then like fucking the jumping nerd man, we gonna be the popping again. But it was like fat. John Quayle is a very attractive woman, and there's no offense to her husband Tiberius, be cool, whatever, but very attractive woman. And they hated her. They was like, oh no, hell no, you're not about to come here, dark skin, flowing, long black hair, this and with the Valley Girl act. No, you're not about to. She got pissed off and started arguing with them, and it stayed squeaky the whole time. That's what I'm going. So it was like, oh, this is really you. This ain't no. I'm like, oh, this is my nigga for life. Like, she texted me the other day, like, when you gonna come see your niece? I'm like, damn, I got 2 coats for her. I gotta take over there anyway. But yeah, if you see this and listen to this, I love you. I'm gonna bring them coats over soon. Yeah. But meeting somebody of that nature, dark skin, like we called her on the phone, like, oh, this is a white girl, or it's a white girl. But John Quayle is John Quayle. And when you meet people themselves and take them as is, no matter what shade of color, John Quayle's like your complexion. And
they were.
Embrace people how they are, because I'm a light skin, but I'm a dark skin inside. I don't give a fuck what you think. You know, if dark skin males are. Women start to seek out dark skin males because, oh, he's strong, he can protect, he's aggressive, he's this, he's that, he's a protector, right? That's what I'm hearing. Light skin, soft, this, and that. I'm like, there's a lot of people don't know. It's this girl I'm talking to. When I got talking and drinking, like, oh, saying all the fucked up shit I did in the past, she was like, what? No. I'm like, when you meet my friends and they tell you you're gonna be fucking surprised. She thinks I'm just a comic book nerd. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. I've done fucked up shit. It doesn't matter what shade you are, what color you are. It's the character who you are. However, I don't want to run no viewers away, but I don't fuck with white women. Their vaginas look like uncooked chicken thigh meat. They got the feather bumps, and then you slide the skin over.
I am not about to play with you. I'm not about to play with you.
Pink. I need hot pink. I need some shit with some grill marks.
I'm not about to play with you. Oh, yeah. I also did want to put a disclaimer out here. We're also talking about racism and colorism, because racism is, multiracial. But colorism is within the race. So I want to make sure. Yeah. But colorism is within one race. So I know I was talking about going to.
No, I want you to retract on that. Colorism is multicultural.
Yes, I understand that, but
because you got Bollywood actors that cannot get a role.
Yeah.
You got.
I'm not just saying it's exclusive to black people. I'm saying within one culture, it's exclusive to that culture that you're talking about in the time. So Indians have colorism within themselves. Black people have colorism within themselves. It's an intercultural thing instead of an external thing. So I wanted to make sure I differentiated that, because I know the difference. We know the difference between colorism and racism. So when I was speaking on my experience with white people and walking into a room, that's accommodating for racism and just like prejudice because of race, not colorism per se. So I wanted to make sure I put that out there, because yes, I know what colorism is and I understand what that dynamic is, but I am bringing race into the issue as well.
So the place where I work with a lot of Indians and a lot not Indians, Bangladesh, and I work with Arabic Muslim culture. So I was trying to learn some Muslim culture, and it was a point where I wanted to stop fucking with American black women. I was like, but I don't want to stop fucking with black women. Period. I would go to a different country and get pick me a black chick. But anyway, we got into the conversation of colorism. It was like, they gonna like you because you safe. I'm like, the fuck you say?
Mm-hmm.
We in the library. What the fuck you say? He was like, yeah, because you black and because I started researching, I started studying Islam,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of. I'm like, oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. So yearly, I practice Ramadan with them just as a support system, but it's like leaning a lot towards that. Like this shit makes sense.
Yeah.
And oldest document is older than Christianity too. So documented. The whole world was almost Muslim until Christian Crusades and shit like that.
Yep.
And Genghis Khan was Islam. He's followed Islam.
Yep.
If he would have conquered Europe, there wouldn't be no Christianity. But anyway, I go back to that to when they told me like, oh yeah, I was like, man, I'm thinking about just like going because it was like some people had left and they were like, oh, where the fuck you been at? And it's like, oh shit, I went back to my country and shit, and I had to get married. And I'm back home. I'm like, yo, wife here? No, it's gonna take about a year or two for her to get here. And I just sent her money over there. She was like, queen. I'm like, shit. And I'm like, damn. I go into my door. Like, I want a wife over there, and I can just send money to. How much money is left? I'm sending about $200 every 2 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, that's like fucking $4,000. I'm like, what? Damn! I wish that shit could multiply over here. But I'm like, damn, so I'm talking like, he's like, shit, like, if you really get into it, like, we can send for a wife. We can set you up with something nice. It's like, and then you safe. I'm like, safe? I'm not safe. Like, yo, is safe zones over there? Like, no, you're a safe pick because you like black guy. Bitch, what? And that's when that conversation went. And I'm like, oh damn, colorism everywhere.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And then like, there's black Japanese people.
Yeah.
I don't mean like, oh, dude went over there had a kid. No, it's some dark skinned Japanese people. There's some dark skinned Chinese people, and they get cast aside.
They're very colorist over there.
Like shout
in
out
Asian
to
countries.
Shout out to Hidden Colors, for doing those documentary videos.
I didn't see it.
You haven't?
I don't watch TV.
All right, I'm going to get these DVDs for you or these videos online somehow and give them to you, and you watch them and you're going to be like, fuck. Because the information you probably heard, and then it's more information. These are scholars. These are people that's been in that. Dick Gregory is one of the people. Okay. I adore that man. God rest his soul. But he's created a lot of students and teachers in his own past, and that's all I wish I could do was like create another person to be a teacher and teach positivity and shit like that.
Yes.
But yeah, I digress.
So I do want to get on a few things. As far as solutions, I was going to get back on some of my experiences, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to focus on the solutions. Well, we're going to focus on the solutions, but I want to move it forward and not talk about all of that. More of the problems. Y'all get it. So with that being said, I was thinking of that situation you said, like when y'all were in Little Caesars and whatnot. And just as a solution, it came to mind too, when you see there's a potential threat, like someone could be looked at as a threat, you can help them out. Like start a conversation with them, because then they won't be so hostile or be seen as so hostile when it comes to, y'all interaction, because that person is having a conversation with you. You're sparking something up. So like you're a talker. You just having to like engage in a conversation with him. Other people will look like, oh, he's not threatening. He's pretty nice. Yeah. I know he was singing on top of that. Cool. But in those situations, you can assist, add an assist to somebody if you see they're experiencing or being, judged by their color.
I think I went right for the jugular when I did that though. Why are you singing?
Yeah,
that could have been his that could have been intimidating or confrontational.
I'm not saying you have to start the conversation like that. I'm just saying start a conversation with somebody like, oh, hey, how you doing? How was your day? Yada, yada, yada. And then that disengages people a lot of the time. And then when outlookers are looking in, then they're like, oh, this person is having a normal conversation. They're not here trying to be aggressive because, again, when people don't talk, they're perceived as more aggressive naturally.
Yeah.
And so
it's like,
adding that assist could help people.
What the fuck are they on?
Yeah.
Because I know I've been talking that resting bitch face. And cause I'm like, they were like, you alright? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm good. And I break out of that mean mug shit. Cause it happens. Like, people that know me, they were like, oh, he's jolly. The motherfucker, they're like, oh, I thought you was mean. Mm-hmm. It's just that, I don't know. It's perception, like you say. But sometimes when you got to be careful with those conversations with people. Because a lot of people ain't ready to be happy.
Yeah, that's true.
They want misery. They want beef. I've sparked some conversation with, what the fuck you... Bro, I was just... And it was like, just talking.
Yeah. And then you go from there. You read the room. But if they go and engage in conversation, that's an assist. And that's all I'm saying. Just assist. Period. If they don't want to engage in conversation, disengage. Mm-hmm. But adding people an assist, that helps. Educating people on what colorism is and where it stems from, because a lot of it is from slavery, obviously, and how they broke us down and gave us reasons to hate ourselves. They provided us with that, right? And we took that and just carried it along generations. Now, I will say we've gotten way better. The awareness, the self-love, the celebration of Blackness, I love it all, but we still got work to go. So just educating each other, each one teach one. When you see someone portraying that self-hate, that, okay, you light-skinned, I don't respect you, yada, 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 all that stuff, or you acting light-skinned, okay, these are jokes, but people really believe in this shit. Like, and you have to have people bring that awareness all around. Basically, just explain it. Like, one, investigate whether this person really believes it or are they just telling a joke. And then two, let them know the responsibility they carry when they tell a joke like that. Because there are more impressionable people who would take that as an actual truth. And the education and awareness, that is key.
That is key. I know you want to talk on solutions. This is something that I wanted to speak on was, I've noticed there's a difference between the way mixed kids. So I'm just going at the thing because they're obviously going to come out some type of beige, whatever. Mm-hmm. Majority of the time, they might come out dark skin, but however, those kids tend to gravitate towards one extreme to the other. You know, I'm black, y'all. I'm black, or they're gonna be fucking Valley Girl accent, or Chet. Whatever, they're gonna be that type of thing. And I used to think it was a mother versus father type thing. Like, I know white men that like black women, and when they go with black women control the culture. They are the Stargate to all of that. And if you want to fuck with me, you better learn it and get with it, right? But on the other sense, you got those black women that have the fuck is that broad's name? She's an islander, so she's not even like us. Cameron, you know her name. She's prolific. Candace Owens.
Oh, Candace Owens. Okay.
Okay, so Candace Owens.
A lot of people don't like her.
Married a white man and all that type of shit, and she has all these views, and then her kids are gonna have these same views and not get these experiences, right? Hopefully, because it'd be fucked up if her kids experience all of this, right? And then she finally hits. But again, I think when it comes to white men know how to raise black kids better than white women know how to raise their black kids. That's coming from me seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I that white male learned I would like her hair. I know what substance she this and this and that. Like my daddy told me, you're black.
Mm-hmm.
You're black. But I've also seen other people say, you're a mixed baby and everybody's gonna like you and then that person end up having a chip on their shoulder and they either go to one extreme like I'm super white or I'm super black or and it's not I'm super black. It's like I'm super stereotypical this way. I'm super stereotypical that way.
Polarized.
And I step back like I never had those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And for somebody to acknowledge like, hey, yeah, your daddy white, but these are the problems you're gonna have, and they explain. My mom instilled that shit into my dad. Like my daddy and mom divorced, and then he continued to raise us, and he instilled that this is what's gonna go on with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he sometimes say some slide shit, and I'm like, yo. Even these grandbabies are like, oh, then you going too far. I'm like, oh, okay. But you gotta pull him back sometimes. You sure you look like? But anyway, I felt like Dirk Nowitzki, right?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker with dashikis and all types of shits. Mm-hmm. Love his black baby. Mm-hmm. And then you got Kim Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
So I just that was something that I realized that, and you can hate me or not, and it's probably gonna be a lot of hate mail. We're gonna use that for a promo too. I love it. I fucking love it. But yeah, that's my view, and I think if anybody feel any type of different way or think I'm wrong, comment, subscribe, do all that shit, and argue with me because these are my experiences, and maybe I can enlighten you to do more. Maybe you can enlighten me to shut the fuck up. Who knows? But yeah, go ahead.
And this is definitely a conversational thing. Like, again, like he said, make sure you guys comment, interact with us, hit us up. Like, we definitely want to continue on this conversation. We want to share experiences because if you've experienced it, there's no need to invalidate anybody's experience because that's what they've experienced. It's real. It's real. So, we want to broaden our spectrum and we want to help each other share experiences and just, create this community because it's a safe space and come up with solutions because that's what it's about.
Yeah, perception is reality. Let me know what your reality look like. Mm-hmm. And then we can probably find a Stargate and we can visit each other's area and educate ourselves.
Yes. So with that said, you got anything else to add?
I think we should just go down to solutions. Yeah. Like, what are your solutions for colorism and racism and all that, everything we went over?
Well, the assist, that was one. And then the education.
So assist somebody when you know they have a defense mechanism.
Yeah. And
then educate yourself on the history of colorism and racism.
And educate others when you see them. It's our due diligence to each one teach one. And I'm not even, that's a whole other episode. I'm not about to go there. Because I felt it. But yeah, those are some of the ways. And then also just raising babies. Please teach them inclusion. Because these kids are not meant to discriminate. That's not what they do innately. They're taught this. This is something that you're taught. Okay? So please make sure that you teach your kids inclusion. And not only on the colorism spectrum, but I'm using this because we're talking about colorism, but on all levels. So please teach your kids to be inclusive and to love each other. Because honestly, we're all humans. We all want our basic necessities met. We all don't want to be fucked with or picked with. So let's kind of teach each other how to respect each other. Because we all, in colorism within the community, we all experience racism. Well, let's not say we all. Most of us, a lot of us, too many of us experience racism. So why do we need to help propagate the hate within each other? Being around Black people should be a safe space for Black people. It's for us, by us, right? So make sure we're creating these safe environments and these safe spaces where we can have these discussions and we listen to each other and we acknowledge what we go through instead of saying, oh, you're wrong for this, you're wrong for that. Create that, foster that nurturing environment, because that's what we need. We are our own resolutions. We don't need to outsource for other people for resolutions. We got it. We are the answer. So let's talk amongst ourselves. Let's keep this conversation amongst ourselves. And let's go ahead and help heal each other.
I'm gonna double down on education because that was a conversation I had with somebody else. It was like it's education, learn the history of it, and then teach it because it's trying to be smothered out.
Mm-hmm.
It's slowly being smothered out, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm starting to see white people ballroom dance, Detroit style. But it's that's a fucked up way, but yeah. I seen a white dude jitting. I was like, fuck. So educate yourself, and then actually listen to people experience. That falls into educating yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna stand down on that. That's my only thing. And the contrast, get some contrast. Yeah, educate. That's my solution.
And one other thing, like, how do I want to word this? Become well rounded, and it partially goes into education, but just become well rounded multiculturally and everything. Because when you start to observe, like other countries and other cultures, and you have this experience, and then you realize like some shit not even worth it, like, and all the brainwashing that we've gone through, the indoctrinations, the programming, all of that. This is meant for us to not shine. Just let your inner light shine. Let go of all those little prejudices, discriminations, all that preconceived notions, and really reflect on: is this true? Does this feel right? Like, and kind of reel it back. Do some introspection. Listen to yourself, and really figure out if this stuff feels right for you. And then if it doesn't, do some research and fix it.
Now you should have asked that one. Understand justification isn't understanding is a justification, and justification is understanding. Just because you understand it doesn't mean it's right, but you can also have empathy for those people, and that makes you learn too as well. Mm-hmm. So again, double back on education.
Empathy is a superpower.
Ain't it? Shit. Well, what you want to do?
It's been real, y'all. Do you have any shout outs for any businesses, black businesses?
You know what? I do. So we're gonna shout out businesses, and one of my thing is self defense. I'm a practitioner of mixed martial arts, and Iron Fist Clan is held by Jabber Rama and his son Usama Rama. They are a martial art practitioner and professional MMA fighter. They do very, very reasonable price training, like $50 a month. That is unheard of in mixed martial arts. Mm-hmm. They operate right now out of their home. They've been doing that for about 2 years. They used to have a building. They used to work out of a gym in Hamtramck. Now they're on the outskirts of Highland Park. Very good buddy of mine, and it is called Iron Fist Clan. Look them up on Facebook, Instagram, Usama Ramen. And if I'm saying your name wrong, blame The Rock Dwayne Johnson because I've been drinking Terramana. And Jobber. Jobber is an amazing martial artist. He reminds you of every stereotypical martial artist, Asian person, but he's black, got the eye patch, and cane, and he will beat the fuck out of you. Very lovable. I love that man. And he is willing to train anybody that's willing to learn. So seek them out. If you want training, you want to protect yourself, you want to get into professional shape, he's a master in several different disciplines. Look him up. Iron Fist Clan, Usama Ramen. He also has a fight coming up very soon at Motor City Casino, whatever their sports event everything is. But yeah, they have a fight coming up. Check them out.
And just to add an additional shout out to them, I know some friends, like a testimonial. I have some friends, and my cousin actually went to them for martial arts. And so they rave about it, like seriously.
Yeah.
And one of my friends is more elder. She's in her like mid-50s, and she enjoys it as well. So yeah, even all types of age ranges. So it's dope. So for my shout out, Kemp's Culture, and she is located. She is located off of Lasser on Detroit's west side. She is a barberess.
Lasher, they're gonna fight you.
Listen, I say Lasser. I pronounce it the way it goes. Okay. But on Detroit's west side, and she is a phenomenal barberess. She also has Kemp Solutions and Kemp Care. So you get your hair lined up, cut up. Ladies, silk press, get your stuff together. And then you can also buy her product line, which I wish I had the bonnet on me. But she has bonnet, she has do-rags. So you can take care of your hair and keep the maintenance up in between sessions and appointments. And then she has Kemp Solutions, which is a cleaning company. So if you have a business that you need any kind of commercial location that needs to be clean, hit her up.
Just give your wallet to that woman. She got everything.
Okay, that part. We love an entrepreneur up in this mug. And also, I'm going to plug myself because I interviewed her on my personal YouTube page. So,
I watch it.
Thank you. I will place the link of that below as well. So, yeah.
She was talking about how she started cutting her husband's hair and shit. I'm like, that is a very trusting thing.
That it is.
Like, oh, well, apparently she got good. She went to barber school and everything like that.
Yeah.
Let me go to West Side because that dude earlier fucked me up. Like, I see your face when you answered the door when I came in. He was like, and you ain't. Why did you bleeding?
Huh?
Why didn't you tell me I was bleeding when I walked in? You just made a face.
Bleeding?
You looked at me like.
Oh, I don't know. I was making sure because I was trying to clean up. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't know he was bleeding dead.
Lies,
no, I'm dead ass.
You had his face like, hey. It didn't stop.
No, because I think I walked off. I was getting ready to leave the door wide open on you, and I was like...
Well, man, I was my judgment on that. My shit did feel hot. And then I went in the bathroom, and I was like, I'm like, damn, I got blood stains right here. Shit, I just got...
Yeah, hit up Jessica at Kim Care, Kim Culture.
The West Side women treat you nice.
That's my homegirl, so I'm gonna stick with it. But East Side ladies do too. Shout out. But yes. But yes, it's been real, y'all.
This has been DNA,
a solutions-based podcast.
Remember to align your gifts.
And be well. Think of 5 things you're grateful for. Gratitude to change your life. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube, and comment, share this. Get the word out. Let's start the conversation. Create this safe space in this community of us, by us, for us.
All platforms except for Tidal. So I don't know why.
No shade to Tidal. Y'all just ain't fucking with us. So it is what it is.
We gonna get there.
Okay.
We got it.
Shout out.